Hello, what's going on? It's your boy Lil Mike 6, and today I'm gonna be finishing up that commentary that I did, that previous commentary about what your favorite gaming system is. And if you missed it, then I'll give you a brief description of what I said, what I was talking about. I was basically going about telling what my favorite gaming console was. I talked about the PlayStation 1. I talked about the Nintendo 64. I talked about the Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo, and I don't know if I mentioned like the Dreamcast or anything. I think I did say something about the Dreamcast, but I don't think I went into like really talking about it. And then there was a couple of other games that I did miss that I'm going to come back and talk about now. Now, if you go back into the days of the Super Nintendo, they had a game that actually was made to kind of compete against this game. It was kind of like the competitor of Super Nintendo, which was the Sega Genesis. And the Sega Genesis did have a really great game. It was kind of like a battle of Mario versus Sonic. That was the whole like era. That was that era then. It was Mario versus Sonic. Everybody who played Super Nintendo had Mario. Everybody who played Sega Genesis had Sonic. At least one Sonic. There were good parts to both and bad parts to both. For one, the bad parts to Sonic was just the game ran extremely fast and it was really hard to play. It wasn't about like just skill at playing the game. Sonic had some levels that was extremely hard to beat. I mean, not Sonic, but Mario. Sorry, but I'm not really going to go too much about the systems, but I can tell you this: I didn't own a Sega Genesis, but I did play a lot of Sega Genesis. I had a lot of family members who had them. But I didn't really play them. I didn't really feel the need to buy a Sega Genesis because I didn't feel like it carried any games over that I would like to play. Now, there was one fighting game that I did play a lot, which was Virtua Fighter. And Virtua Fighter was pretty good. I like the little drunk guy on there and everything. It's a really dull game now. Nobody really plays Virtua Fighter now. I never see anything. I see if you type in Virtua Fighter now, you would just see a bunch of like MLG guys playing. And that's something else I want to talk about is this whole MLG gaming thing. But I'll talk about that a little later on in this commentary. Or either if I don't finish it, then I'll just talk about it in a new video. But basically they came out with the Sega Dreamcast to kind of match the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 1. So those three consoles that everybody had. It was either you had a Sega Dreamcast, a Nintendo 64, or Super Nintendo. Now the Dreamcast basically consists of this. It was just a game that kids kind of played. It was kind of like the competitor to, I guess, kind of compete between the systems, but it was always the weaker system. It was the least functional. It did the less, and it kind of, well, I don't want to say it did the less. It did have the points to where a lot of people really just didn't buy the game because it didn't feel fun. I mean, even though it did have some advantages over like games like maybe the PlayStation or whatever. I mean, because the Sega Dreamcast, it had this huge remote. It really didn't have too many popular games. PlayStation outdid it a lot, but I mean, it was the first game to allow online gameplay. So hey, that was its advantage. So you were able to play games on that system online, but I don't think a lot of people use that. I mean, that was just way too far ahead of its own time. So people really didn't, I don't think, played Sega Dreamcast online anyways. That was more of a computer thing at that time, and I don't even think it was like fast-paced games. But I can tell you that I didn't even play really the Sega Dreamcast. I only had like a wrestling game on a Sega Dreamcast. I have a Sega Dreamcast, as a matter of fact, right now. Actually, I have a Sega Dreamcast, and I used to play Crazy Taxi and some 18-wheeler game on there. But I can say the system was decent. Look at this gameplay, man. We beast these guys completely, and everybody on the other team just rage quits. As you'll see me just calling in streaks, just completely beasting these guys. Here they are all just going to rage quit, and it's just going to come down to one guy being in the lobby by himself, and we're all just going to kind of torture this guy like we did the last guy. And it's funny because it's the exact same map that we tortured the last guy from. So that's what's even more funny about it. And I think this is actually multi-team. I don't think this is, a full game. I think this is multi-team this time, which is even better because there's more of a chance that you can die. So this proves that this is a pretty beast gameplay, and this is kill confirmed. This isn't hard point. Me, my boy Damu, and Joel, we were all playing, and Joel, he just joined. Hold on, maybe this isn't multi-team. I'm seeing 4 people pop up on our team. Maybe this isn't multi-team. Maybe this is just regular kill confirmed. But I think this is multi-team though. I can't really tell, but basically, I wanted to say this. My boy Joel, he just joined our team as well. So now Joel is an XII member. And look at this, they're just lagging. But yeah, he's a XII member now. And then watch the whole team rage quits. But let me get back to topic. Basically, yeah, the Sega Dreamcast came out. It's a pretty cool game. But then that's when, once that kind of was over with, then they came out with the PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube. Now, for those 3 systems, I can say this. The PlayStation 2 has the highest sales of any game system out. I mean, it is the most sold gaming system there is. And that's just, you can't deny that. I mean, that's so, arguably, I would have to say the PlayStation 2 was probably the most fun system that anybody could say. If anybody could choose a system, I would say the PlayStation 2 was probably the most fun for most people. And for me, they had the Nintendo 64. I think it was the Nintendo 64. Or no, I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. But the Nintendo 64 was with the PlayStation 1, and I think the Nintendo 64 dominated the PlayStation 1. But basically, they had the PlayStation 2, the Nintendo GameCube, and also the I said it just a while ago. The Xbox. Now, I didn't buy an Xbox because I didn't feel like Xbox could compete with in PlayStation. I mean, it had a hard drive, which was kind of brought us to our gaming now, putting hard drives, which I think all games would have done that eventually anyways. But yeah, the Xbox, I mean, you could play music on there, but other than that, everything else was just the same. And then it had Halo. So I can tell you this, a lot of people enjoyed Halo. Halo put Xbox on the map. That was really the only good game to me. Other than that, every game was just the same. And PlayStation 2 just completely dominated to me. In my opinion, I love the controls of the PlayStation, and it just felt like the perfect game for me. And we're coming close to the end of this gameplay here. We still got a little time left because we didn't capture any more tags, but I'll try to wrap this up really quickly. The look at this. And so the GameCube kind of came out with a bunch of games that was really good. Like, it came out with a bunch of Super Smash Brothers and things like that to try to bring their generation of games back, and they kept that classic style, which they've always done. And then you come out with the PlayStation 2, which completely it had everything that you needed in a video game. It brought to the table. And I would have to arguably say the PlayStation 2 took that title, then the Xbox came in second place, and then the GameCube kind of came in third. But then now we're to where we are now. You bring out the Nintendo Wii, the PlayStation 3, and then the Xbox 360. Well, the Xbox 360, I would have to say, dominates multiplayer. The PlayStation 3 is still my favorite controller. As far as graphics, it's got to be the PS3. And then the Wii kind of was just for kids. And then, like, Wii is just kind of pushing forward. I might have to make another video talking about this because I'm running out of time. Or maybe I should just go ahead and continue. I'll just go ahead and continue to talk and just put a black screen or something so we can go ahead and get this over with. But basically, the PlayStation 3 is basically a much better system to me as far as technology. It has so much better technology in it. It just makes the PlayStation 3 so much of a better system, but for some reason the Xbox 360 just runs a lot smoother. I don't know why the Xbox 360 runs a lot smoother. It's something that Microsoft did to their Xbox 360s to make the gameplay feel so much better. The controllers, I would have to get at the PS3. A lot of people love 360 controller, but I do not. I mean, I don't like this big bulky controller with one analog stick up high and the other one up low. I like my analog stick together. If they're both high, then they're both high. If they're both low, then they're both low. That's how I like my controller. And then on top of that, that's when, the Wii just kind of came out with this whole little Wii game. And it was kind of fun, but it was kind of boring at the same time because you quickly get bored of a Wii if you're a grown-up. For kids, maybe this is a different story. But for somebody who's older, the Wii gets old very fast. If you're playing a boxing game or something like that, it gets old quickly. And then that's when, some of the other companies start trying to feed off of that PlayStation, start using the Wii style to try to put the Wii out of business. And the 360 brought out the Kinect. And they both just kind of dominated the Wii. So we had to come out with a Wii U gaming system, which is basically this extremely garbage. Well, no, I'm just kidding. I haven't bought a Wii U myself, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I like the whole tablet feel and everything like that. I would have to say for the three systems for this generation now, before the Wii U, when it was the Wii, the 360, and then the PlayStation 3, I would have to say that the Xbox 360 definitely dominated all three systems as far as playing online gameplay, just regular gameplay, the games and everything like that. Just the feel of the game just dominates the other gaming systems, but I definitely love my PS3. For fighting games, I would have to say I like the PS3 a lot more. But for like RPGs and things like that, and like things that don't consist of online gameplay, I gotta say the PS3 is better. But for online, I would have to say the 360, and the Wii really just gets nothing from me. And then now we're going into this generation of the Wii U, the Xbox 720 or Durango or whatever it's going to be named, and then the PS4. Then you got the Steam box coming, and then this OnLive game. So we're going to kind of get into a comparison of those as well when they actually do come out. But for right now, I'm just going to say that those gaming systems, I expect a lot out of them. The Wii U is a pretty good game system. I mean, it competes with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, but I don't think it'll be competing with the PlayStation 4 just because the technology is going to be so much more advanced. I mean, we already know that they're doing so much more than what the Wii U is doing. They're doing, because the Wii U basically is just the same as the Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 with like a tablet for your gaming controller. So if PlayStation 4 and Xbox 720 brings that same feel that they brought for the last systems, then maybe they'll all compete with each other. But if I'm expecting them to blow the Wii U out of, Wii U this is a good thing they released theirs early, because I don't think it's going to get much love from anybody. So I just wanted to say that. And then I got something else I want to talk about, but I don't want to say it in this commentary. I'll probably talk about it next commentary, or I may just say it, I'll just wait till next commentary, and then I'll release it and tell you guys exactly why I feel like the fun factor in these games today are not like they used to be in the games in the past. So tune into my channel for that. I should be posting that video either later on today or tomorrow morning. All right, thank you guys for watching, and peace.